Welcome back, subscribers. This is Johnny Hopper. I'm going to rant a little bit more, this time on the 250 class. I've been getting a lot of comments as far as, well, how much do the 250 guys get paid? Well, I'm going to let you know right now. Alright, so I'm going to get into the 250 lights purse. And the reason why I'm going over this is some of the comments I've had, people are interested about it. And it's sad, alright, that these really talented riders, guys that may not have gotten a factory ride when they were younger and are trying to race professionally, they're not making a whole lot of money. This is the guy, the privateer, the box fan guy, trying to make it to weekend, all right? Not having everything paid for, hotel rooms, yada, 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 bikes flown, you fly. Well, bikes would be driven by the semi-driver, but you get what I'm trying to say, all right? This is for the guy that is looking to try to get a factory ride, races every weekend, just murders it at your local track, their local home state. Everyone is rooting for them. In every state, there's a couple guys, you guys know who you are, all right, that you go try to qualify for some Supercrosses, and if you make the night show, you get a little bit more press, but you're not making a whole lot of money, okay? Because as I show you, to win a 250 lights purse is only $3,350. All right, you do that 4 weekends in a row. I would say that's a fairly decent month end. You know, making them $15,000 a month. We'd all say that's a pretty good job. All right, but you'd have to win every weekend. All right, and we know that there's the East and West Coast. These guys aren't racing every weekend. Maybe a couple times during the season they race 4 races in a row, but their season's only 7 races long. And the guys that win are factory guys. It's not going to be some privateer that shows up out of their box fan, all right? It's going to be a full-on factory rider that already has a signed contract with Pro Circuit or Yamaha, somebody. You know, even some of the satellite teams like Rock River, they're paying their guys. This is the guys that just show up and try to race, all right? So just to get into the main event is 22nd place, all right? So you just barely made it in. You're the last spot on the last chance qualifier. Got 4th. Make $576 for the night show, okay? And it's roughly right around $300 in race, all right, to pay to enter. Not to mention, like I've said in my other videos, $350 for your pro license, and then it's anywhere between $60 to $80 for a pit pass for a mechanic, and yada, yada, yada. So making the night show means you are, at that moment, one of the top Supercross riders in the world, because this is the premier stage, finishing 22nd. You may have gotten your ass lapped, but you only make $600. That sucks, okay? But it gets a little bit better. You can get some contingency from some factories, you know? So let's just say you were racing a Kawasaki, all right? And you finished 22nd in the main event in the 250 class. Well, Kawasaki, just for riding one with their contingency program, is going to pay you $500. All right, so now you make a little over $1,000. Okay, so if for some reason you had everything paid for, your mechanic, flight, hotel, gas for your box fan, maybe not flight, but let's just say you had somebody sponsor you to race, and you got to keep all $1,000. It wasn't going to food, gas, entry fee for the next race. Well, if you did that 4 weekends in a row, you know, you're making $4,000 a month, which is decent. You know, most people would say, hey, you're living your dream, right? You're getting to race motorcycles, but you're not going to retire on that, by no means, okay? And again, I'm going after, you don't have any sponsorship deals where they're paying you. You probably might have a local shop that's giving you free bikes. You might have some gear companies that throw you a little bit extra money here and there that have free equipment. That all helps, okay? So that's if you were racing a Kawasaki. And If you got inside the top 10, well, you'd make $1,000 from Kawasaki. So a little bit better. But it's interesting that Kawasaki would pay the winner $15,000 to win the race. But FIM, Feld Motorsports, will only pay the rider $3,000 to win the race. Interesting. All right, let's go on. If you were on a Yamaha, basically the same thing. Actually, it's worse. So in the 250 class, they'd pay you $200 to make the night show, but they'd pay you $15,000 to win. Okay, but for a privateer, you're not going to win. If you were to win, the next weekend, you'd be sure that you'd be on a factory bike. Okay, so not saying it can't happen. All right, but when was the last guy you saw that never came out of the amateurs, that just kind of showed up and was doing his own thing and ended up getting on a factory ride? The only rider that I can think of that comes to mind is Weston Pike. All right, he's the only one lately in the last 5-6 years that has box van in it to factory rig. All right, and I hope that guy's doing well. I did have some videos on my channel if you saw that, about what happened overseas. He got landed on his face and really fucked him up. But continuing, all right, so let's say you raced a Honda. Well, Honda do the same thing, a little bit less. $10,000 to win on a 250 and $350 to get inside the top 22, make the main. All right, but you'd have to make the main, which means you have to be a badass rider. Anybody that even makes the night show are badass riders, but you going down from 40 riders to 22, you, my friend, are an elite. Okay, but you get paid $350, so congratulations. And let's go with Suzuki. We don't see many Suzukis out there, and for 22nd, they'll pay you $250. They'll pay you 12 grand to win. All right, so that's Suzuki's contingency. And then Husky, they're kind of like KTM, but a little bit different. They would pay you $400 to get inside the main event. All right, and then if you get inside top 10, they'll pay you $600. But then if you win, they'll only pay you $600 too. So this is definitely, the contingency payouts are more for the privateer to help them get from race to race. All right, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you guys want to see any other videos like this. And again, my skid is going to be fixed here in a little bit. I'll be doing some more tutorial videos, so check that out later. I appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, well, I did it though.